No one ever taught me anything about money.
Retirement? That's out of the question.
I'm working, I'm going to school. This is very difficult.
This is MoneyWise Florida 2010, brought to you by members of the Florida Association of Insurance Agents and Independent Agents displaying the Trusted Choice emblem, and by the Florida Bankers Association, Junior Achievement, the Consumer Federation of the Southeast, and the Florida Insurance Council. Here now, Dwight Lauderdale.
Welcome to MoneyWise Florida. Money. You may have a lot, a little, or you may be upside down with your mortgage and other creditors. Whatever your situation is, you no doubt have been affected by what has been described as the worst economic slump in more than 30 years. Florida is one of the nation's hardest hit regions, with record foreclosures and high unemployment rates. So how do we put the brakes on personal financial risks and losses? Hello, I'm Dwight Lauderdale, and during the next half hour, MoneyWise Florida will offer survival strategies to help you weather this tough economy. You're going to learn how to budget, how to reduce your debt, and improve your credit rating. We're going to show you some simple steps for avoiding financial disaster and making sure that you have a safety net should you lose your job. Most importantly, we're going to see how to secure your financial future, even provide for your child's college education, regardless of the economy. You can do this, and MoneyWise Florida is here to help. The state's jobless rate is at an all-time high, with more than 1 million Floridians out of work. There seems to be little, if any, optimism or certainty regarding our financial future. That's precisely why it's more important than ever for all of us to make smart, informed financial decisions. Exactly why you need to be MoneyWise.
First and foremost, keep your credit rating in mind at all times. It's the most crucial measure of how you're doing financially and an important snapshot of your overall financial stability. Remember, you are rewarded with lower interest rates on consumer and auto loans, as well as lower premiums for your auto insurance by simply maintaining a good credit score. One of the best ways of maintaining a high credit score is by paying your bills on time. Late or missed payments are reflected in credit reports and are nothing but bad news for you.
I don't think people really realize how important credit rating is. It affects everything that you buy on credit. You're rated based on your ability to pay. Now, once you have a credit problem, you're really going to have to hunker down and deal with it. First of all, anyone can do this. It is actually the first thing you need to do, and it's as easy as ABC once you get it done.
When spending, it's always better to spend what you have instead of what you might have in the future. Take care of your normal monthly expenses, housing, utilities, and food. Then, identify which credit card has the highest interest rate. Make payments on that account as large as you can afford until it's paid off, while making minimum payments on the others. Then move on to the card with the next highest interest rate. Continue this process until you're out of debt. Then consider canceling some of your cards. But remember that having available credit can be a factor for a positive credit score. Canceling a card after it is paid off can actually hurt your score if it is a card you have held and successfully managed for a long time.
An interesting study by psychologists on how people pay off their credit cards. You know, what we're going to tell you to do as a consumer is pay off those credit cards that are charging you 29 or 30%. That makes sense, doesn't it? So you have one card at 29, 30% that you owe $5,000 on, and you've got another card with $2,000 on it, and you know that card has 35 or 40%, whatever it is. So people will pay off the lower number debt of a credit card, the smaller credit card do, even if the interest rate happens to be lower than the other credit card.
If you don't have a monthly budget, sit down and draw one up immediately. If you have one, when was the last time you really looked at it? See what can be cut or reduced. Keep a log of every dollar you spend. At the end of the month, a review of your spending practices is going to provide great insight into where you can comfortably save.
Well, the health care reform bill that just passed provides for a guarantee that dependent children, I believe up to the age of 26, that live in the house of the parents can be covered under their health insurance policy.
American children ages 8 to 12 annually spend an average of $30 billion of their own money, and they influence parental spending for another $150 billion. That's a lot of influence and a lot of money. Every household with children knows that kids cost a lot of money, but exactly where does the money go? A household budget analysis should include the children.
No matter their age, it's a good idea if the child has or earns his or her own money to compartmentalize their spending. 1/3 for immediate gratification, 1/3 for long-term, more expensive purchases, and 1/3 to be saved. Don't forget to impress upon them the benefits of charitable giving. There are many important lessons you can share with your child, like how ATMs and credit cards work, how to write a check or balance a bank account. The most important lesson will be about budgeting. Families facing serious financial challenges such as bankruptcy or home foreclosure may need to take advantage of counseling services. One of the most frequent causes of divorce is debt and finances that are out of control. Remember that your children know very well when there is financial or other tension in the house. They feel it even if you don't discuss it. Making sure that they know they are not the cause of the problem and talk with them about the solutions you are considering. These will be financial and relationship lessons that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. Ask them to help. You may be amazed at what they say and do. Their input can have a positive impact on spending patterns and lift your spirit.
When Money Wise continues, we'll discuss how you can protect yourself from financial disaster.
I pledge to be there for you when disaster strikes, to guide you through your claim,
to offer personalized coverage from a choice of insurance companies,
to explain your policy and treat you with respect.
That's the Trusted Choice Pledge. We put it in writing.
Home, auto, business, life.
We are Trusted Choice, independent insurance agents in your hometown.
Visit trustedchoice.com or call 1-800-WE-INSURE. Life changes. So should your insurance. That's why you need Trusted Choice. Independent insurance agents who help you get the protection you want along the way, with personalized policies from a choice of companies.
The Trusted Choice agent in your community works with you, so you can choose the insurance that fits your life, no matter how it changes.
Visit trustedchoice.com or call 1-800-WE-INSURE.
Insurance issues are complex, and we need to tailor our insurance needs based on our individual lifestyles. All the more reason for each of us to do the necessary research and planning to ensure that we and our families are protected and that our money is being spent where it benefits us the most.
An independent agent has a lot of choices. They don't work for just simply a single company. They represent multiple companies, and wherever you fall on the income spectrum, you may have something that you can't afford to replace yourself, so that would call for insurance. You may also engage in an activity that could create liability for you because someone else may be injured by this action. Could you afford to take care of that injury yourself if called upon? That may call for insurance. You may have dependents that you can't constantly look and monitor what they do and how they act when your eyes are not on them. Do you have coverage to protect yourself from any liability that they create? So one's personal situation is really what dictates the perfect plan, and again, an independent agent is really well positioned to help consumers make those decisions.
Here are some tips for streamlining your auto insurance coverage without damaging your protection. First, shop for coverage by calling an independent agent who represents more than one company and get a number of quotes. Remember, insurance isn't automatically cheaper over the internet. A local agent can help you to get the best overall coverage beyond just auto. And increasing your collision deductible from $200 to $500 can reduce your collision premium by 15 to 30%, depending on the company. One of the big advantages of buying auto insurance locally is the potential of multi-policy discounts. You'll find many companies that sell both auto and homeowners offer a 5 to 15% discount for purchasing both policies from them. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, is almost always required if the loan is for at least 80% of the home's purchase price. Whenever possible, put down 20% when you buy your home. But if you can't, monitor the account closely, and when the mortgage amount drops below 80% of the original amount, make sure the lender eliminates the coverage.
So in Florida, you know, we live in a very low elevation state. There are many, many bodies of water, and a hurricane or a tropical storm can dump 20 plus inches in a matter of a couple of hours. And what might not seem to be on the maps or a required flood zone can quickly become one. And so flood insurance for Floridians is a very important option for you to consider.
Important things to consider. Some people must buy flood coverage as a condition of their loan. But everyone should consider flood insurance. Don't automatically reject the idea of flood insurance just because your bank did not require it to be purchased. Separate flood coverage is available from the National Flood Insurance Program, or NFIP. Your home's location and construction affects your insurance premium and the discounts you may receive. This is true for fires and other losses, like hail or lightning, but it especially applies to wind damage, which in Florida can be as much as 40% of your total premium. Ask for every discount possible. If you add security systems, smoke detectors, deadbolts, storm shutters, or reinforce or replace your roof, many companies offer credits. And some credits are mandatory for all companies. Get your home inspected for wind mitigation credits that may apply, and to learn of additional upgrades that can protect your loved ones and possessions during a hurricane. Consider increasing your deductibles and avoid smaller claims you can handle out of pocket. Keep your homeowner's insurance for the more serious losses. Review your coverage limits each year and make sure you avoid any penalties for not maintaining the proper replacement cost amount. Remember, replacement cost is the real issue, meaning the cost to rebuild the home should disaster strike could be more than the current value of the home.
More than 300,000 Floridians are added to the list of persons on the long-term disability list each year. Between the ages of 25 and 55, you are twice as likely to become disabled than to die. So protecting your paycheck, especially in a single-income household, is critically important. And that's just one kind of insurance that is too often overlooked.
Disability insurance is probably one of the lesser thought of policies, but it's actually the more prevalent that occurs versus, say, a life insurance policy. You have a much greater risk of getting a bad illness or a injury that would take you out of work beyond that time that most employers would allow a sick leave policy to respond.
With the economy still struggling to fully recover, there has been a noticeable trend toward renting rather than home ownership. But renter's insurance is just as important and just as valuable for the peace of mind that it affords.
A lot of people don't realize that the landlord's policy doesn't cover their contents. The landlord's policy covers the structure. If the fire burns down the building, that's what the landlord's policy covers. Your contents are your responsibility, and renter's policies do just that. They offer the renter the assurance that if you have a theft or you have a fire or you have something that destroys those contents, you will indeed have those replaced.
Another very valuable form of insurance has nothing to do with a policy. And though you can't purchase it, saving enough to have a safety net in the event of a job loss or other unexpected circumstance can make an enormous difference.
Your safety net should have between 3 and 9 months worth of living expenses, depending on how secure you feel.
Very important. Having a financial safety net is very important in today's volatile world. It's recommended that you save at least 6 months of your income and have it as a rainy day fund.
The best safety net includes controlling what your monthly expenses are, so stop running up debt. Still ahead, saving for college and the golden years, especially in this economy.
Life changes. So should your insurance. That's why you need Trusted Choice. Independent insurance agents who help you get the protection you want along the way, with personalized policies from a choice of companies.
The Trusted Choice agent in your community works with you, so you can choose the insurance that fits your life, no matter how it changes.
Visit trustedchoice.com or call 1-800-WE-INSURE.
That's my new dad. I've been trying to teach him a few things like how to play baseball, but I don't know. He's got a lot of work to do. Be cool, Dad. You'll get it. I don't know about baseball, but I think he'll be a pretty good dad.
Explore adoption. Experience the joys of family.
If you are barely making ends meet, living from paycheck to paycheck, you probably don't think that you can save. But that's just not true.
It might seem obvious that in a struggling economy, people wouldn't be saving nearly as much for their children's education or for their retirement. Many universities are offering generous financial aid packages to attract students. If you're going for financial aid, and the majority of students do these days, plan on starting the process at least a year before enrollment, and don't hesitate to negotiate with financial aid officers. Aid packages can sometimes be reworked, so if your situation has changed or you've received a better offer from another similar school, swing for the outfield.
Campuses are different because the whole desire and need to be a lifelong learner has been put forward as the path that everyone should follow, regardless of what age or bracket that you're in.
For anyone just starting out, even in a bad economy, the good news is you have your age going for you. Putting money away now in a 401k at work and/or a Roth individual retirement account on your own will allow you to benefit from the miracle of compound interest. Here's why. Let's say you're 30 years old. By putting away just $200 a month, every month, and forgetting about it, the power of compound interest could make that small investment worth around $500,000 by the time you're 67. One thing you should not count on is Social Security alone.
Somehow I have confidence that the U.S. government will step up to the plate and restructure the Social Security system if it has to keep it safe and sound for the future. So I'm confident that will happen. Notwithstanding that, I would recommend that everyone plan as if there was no Social Security. Social Security will be around, don't get me wrong, and I want to re-emphasize that. But I think it's just a good financial planning tool to plan yourself for your future with your own means. So I think, again, saving is very important. We Americans have not done a good job in saving.
For many adults near or at retirement age and affected by the market downturn, retirement has meant taking a 90-degree turn on the career path and, literally, learning a new trade or marketable skill. A primary source for this retraining can be found at virtually any of Florida's community colleges.
Community colleges are vital during the recession. The primary reason because it offers an opportunity for short-term training. It allows an individual to work and go to school at the same time. Additionally, it looks at a more direct contact and connection with what the workforce needs are right now. So it's not the 4-year degree that's required, honestly, during a recession. It's the 12 months or less programs.
Still ahead, some of the greatest economic concerns in the history of our nation. Retirement, retirement planning, and the possibility of outliving the money you have. MoneyWise Florida. We'll be right back.
I pledge to be there for you when disaster strikes, to guide you through your claim.
To offer personalized coverage from a choice of insurance companies.
To explain your policy and treat you with respect.
That's the Trusted Choice Pledge. We put it in writing.
Home, auto, business, life.
We are Trusted Choice, independent insurance agents in your hometown.
Visit trustedchoice.com or call 1-800-WE-INSURE.
It's about a productive workforce.
It's about all children learning to the best of their ability.
It's about every child getting a chance to compete.
When children are denied the opportunity for healthy growth and development, they suffer, and so does the community. Preventing child abuse early is less costly to society than trying to fix things later.
I'm a CEO.
I'm a teacher.
I'm an athlete.
And nothing is more important than preventing child abuse and neglect.
For me.
For us.
For them.
Even though mortgage rates and home prices are low right now, you're far better off sticking to the rule that the monthly cost of your home should not be more than 25% of your household income.
Some will say 25% of your budget should be for housing. However, they were using that for mortgages also. What we found out is that people renting are spending 33 1/3 to 40 or 50% and making their rental payments. So that evidently, if you translate that into buying, using 25 or even the 30% may be too low, that people could actually afford more if they really needed to.
Financial literacy is very important, and it starts with you, and you have to, there's so many tools on the internet and elsewhere to learn how to be financially sound, safe and sound. It all starts not when you're 45, not when you're 55. It starts when you get out of college and you buy your first home and get your first job.
The key to financial stability is, and always has been, knowledge. Start by reading what's available at moneywiseflorida.com. There you'll find a wealth of information and suggestions on subjects, including saving and buying a home, retirement planning, and raising financially savvy and responsible children. You can also check out the Consumer Federation of America's pamphlet, 66 Ways to Save Money. Here's the good news. It can be done.
When thinking about the environmental impact of the current situation and what Florida is looking at, I think it will lend way to the creation of jobs and opportunity. I think it will speak to the need to diversify our economy when looking and thinking about the jobs that have been lost in the recession and the jobs that will not be returning. It gives the state of Florida an opportunity at the highest level to engage, whether it be the workforce system, our economic development councils, or our chambers as a whole, an opportunity to look at what that new economy will be for Florida. So just as with the recession and certainly with the environmental impact, I view it as an opportunity to come out of this as a better Florida.
It's hard to imagine anything that generates more joy when you have it and more stress when you don't than a solid financial base. You know, America is home to great success stories. We are the land of opportunity. The truth is, we each have great influence over outcomes in our lives based on the decisions that we make. And this includes financial decisions that we make each and every day. Many we don't even think about. You know, we spend more time planning a vacation than we do planning our retirement. You can take control of your financial life. Do this. For the next 30 days, write down every dollar you spend. And then call an independent insurance agent and get a personal audit. Stop using those credit cards. And then make financial planning a family affair. I'm Dwight Lauderdale. Thanks for watching. It's time for all of us to be money wise.
This is MoneyWise Florida 2010, brought to you by members of the Florida Association of Insurance Agents and Independent Agents, displaying the Trusted Choice emblem. And by the Florida Bankers Association, Junior Achievement, the Consumer Federation of the Southeast, and the Florida Insurance Council.